I was born with the spirit of seeing. That's why people call me the seer. I will tell you everything you need to know.
So we are here with the seer this evening. We want to ask him some questions that has been bothering us, and being the great seer that has never disappointed, we want to know. We want him to throw more light about witches and wizards.
No one is great except God.
Thank you, sir. We thank God for making you great for us. So, sir, can you tell us more about witch? Can you throw more light about witch? Because I've been hearing that if you are being poisoned, like if somebody is being given a wish, the person can, there's a way they can make the person to vomit it. So, yes. How real it is?
100% possible. My dad was very great at that. My dad was very great at that. I actually learned that particular words from my dad. Yes, okay. Before then, okay. Now, what's your question now? How to vomit a witch, right? Is that your main question there?
We want to know everything about the witch, but
like be specific, because this about witches, they are very, very large.
How can one recognize a witch? Is it possible that you can vomit a witch, like somebody that has a witch can? Let me take it once at a time.
The first thing you ask is that how can one recognize a witch?
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you have to understand is that witches are wizards. They are very, very, very trickish. Like they are very, very trickish. But the power people normally associate with them, like seeing, is not actually true. Like witches cannot see the way people think they can see.
Kind of vision.
Like a vision and the rest. No. They use this format and they use monitoring eyes. Which most time witches can use your wall gecko. You see wall gecko in your room.
Yeah.
They use it to monitor you. Like see what you are doing. Okay. If truly witches can see that, yes, the way people think they can see, it will not be easier for us to set trap for that. They will fall into that trap. You understand that? You see a lot of people, witches that complain, like you see a lot of things happen to them. If truly they can see the way people say they can see, it will not be easier for you to set trap for them, because if truly they can see the way you think they can see, you set trap for them, they will know. But it is easy, very, very easy for you to set a trap for a witch, that which will enter.
Set trap? How?
Yes. Set a trap for a witch, for example. Let me say maybe you are the type of person and witches normally come and disturb you while you are sleeping, and you want something to happen to that witch. If you come again, it's easier to set trap for that witch, and if you come again, that will grab that witch, and you see that witch will confess. It has happened several times. You have a lot of testimony on that. Which way they can see, they should be able to know that there's a trap for them. They can see to some extent, but not the way people think. The thing is that witches don't have power the way people think they actually have power. Serious. Okay. You don't have that power the way they use your words against you. There's the witch outside, like a witch from another family cannot harm anybody from another family. Wow. There must be point of contact.
Connection.
There must be a connection. Like there must be something that joy that you must
from all your family people. Actually,
they say it's the rat outside that will tell rats. It's the rat inside that will tell rat outside.
Invite the rat outside.
So there's a witch at home. So general things about witches that you ask, how can one recognize a witch, right?
Yeah.
Now the first thing you can use to recognize a witch is, number one, if you flog a witch with a broom, that witch will feel that pain very well. Witches fly with broom at night, but they are very scared of broom. I'll give you an insight. There was someone that they brought to end that was still saying they set him up, they used his name to do whatever. They flogged this woman refused to confess, but it was a stick of broom that they wiped this woman complained everything. Another way to recognize witch is that if you are suspected that somebody is a witch, you and that person you are living together, in the middle of the night, when you find out that person is fall asleep, turn that person. If the person's head is on the east, turn that person's head to the south.
Like upside down, right?
Like upside down, yes. If for example, now the person was sleeping and the head is here, so turn the person, let the head be here. If through that person is a witch, if you come back, that person will not be able to enter again.
Oh, wow.
The spirit will be roaming around. That's another.
Won't the person die?
No. The person can only die if that head remains. You do not turn it back the way it is. Once it's up to 7 days, that spirit cannot enter back of that person again. That spirit will be moving around. Wow. That's another way to recognize a witch. Another way to recognize a witch is that you can use a meat, like you get goat meat, you get onion, then you get this pin, like pin.
Office pin
or needles. Office pin or needle. Just get them, put them around that particular onions. Once you put them around about an onion, so if they bury it in the entrance to your house, like the gate or to your room, any witch Anybody that has witch, once that person cross that place, that person will fall sick, or that person will shout at immediately. That's the way to recognize a witch as well. Then you ask if it's possible to vomit a witch. It's 100% possible. Now, if someone should vomit a witch, it is something red. You will see it's something like, not that red, like it's something how somehow red colorish. The thing is that for someone to make someone to vomit a witch, the ingredients are simple. Like you know, I would like to say that one, but a lot of people might like I don't know,
Get confused.
I like spiritualists or pastors, if they're interested, they should let me know. I'll definitely like put them through, like I'll put you through, let me say, like I'll put you through about that one, how to do it. It's very, very simple. Once you do it, it's something that will take up to 30 days. So the 30th day, you put water on the ground, that person will vomit that witch, and you see that witch inside that water. When that person is vomiting, it's not like the person will vomit the food you eat, or you see, no, normally if somebody is vomiting, you see person vomiting food, right? You see somebody will vomit something like water, and that water will be in that thing. Another thing you need to know about witches is that they use their spit too. Most times, if they want to like initiate somebody, they use their spit.
So now let me ask this question, please. Is it possible that someone can be a witch without knowing that he has been possessed with the spirit
It's
of
100%
witch?
possible. Someone can be a witch without him or without she knowing that he's a witch. Somebody can be a wizard without him knowing that he's a wizard. Another way, if you want to find out that you're a witch or you're a wizard for your own self, one way to know is that if you are the kind of person that if you're angry with somebody and you're angry with somebody, and bad things start happening to that person, then you're a witch or a wizard.
Are you
What thing about
serious?
witches is that if they're angry, like you made them angry, they're arguing about you. If you make them angry, before you know, bad things start happening to you.
Please, okay, let me say I would ask that particular one. Now the reason is because I know there are people that have strong guardian angel, that if you should make them vex, like if you should provoke them back, their angels will automatically start fighting for them. Does it really mean they are witch?
Let me tell you something about guardian angel. Guardian angel don't revenge that way.
Wow.
You understand that? It's not like at little things they will start revenging for you. What I'm saying is that it's not even that major things, like maybe for example now the person just little things I'm talking about, not major things that will make your guy. If your guardian angel must fight for you, right? It must be at major things, major hurt. But see about witches, if it is little thing that happened, that person is angry. Before you know, bad things start up. Let me say another one thing about witches is that if they pronounce anything bad, it easily come to pass. But if they pronounce something good, it hardly come to pass.
Wow.
Against you. That's one thing about witch as well.
Wow.
Another way to know that you're a witch is that maybe at night you see yourself flying. Maybe like you see yourself flying, then you're a witch.
Flying to where?
Like, yes, look at it, witches, right? It doesn't mean that occasionally, like maybe most frequently you see yourself flying, and if you are flying, maybe you see yourself, you stretch your hand like this, and you bend your leg. Like if witches are flying, if they are flying to the cold, like they normally stretch their leg like this.
Their hands.
Normally stretch their hand. Then their legs, they will not stretch their leg. This leg will bend up.
Okay.
You understand that, B? Or sometimes you see you using broom to fly. Then you're a witch. Or you're a wizard.
But
Like, what I'm saying, how did I get to know this is that I grew up in a palace.
Okay.
You understand that, B? In my hometown, my mother's side, right? My mom is from a royal family. I grew up in a palace that I was with the king. And a lot of witch cases were brought to the palace.
Wow.
A lot of confession that I've witnessed from witches life, not I was told, direct from their horse's mouth, how they operate, how they harm people. There was a woman that confessed one day that the son was coming to the village. The son had an accident. They asked her how did it happen. He said, when the son told her that he was coming. That's why I say witches does not see the way they see. If truly they see the way people think they see, if you answer that, there's a lot will happen. A lot. They work through information. So that's why sometimes if you want to travel, you go home in the village. You want to travel back. If they can see, they should be able to know when you are going back, right? But they can't. But they used to ask, when are you going back? When are you coming to the village? That's how we tell you, never reveal where you are going to the village or when you are going back, because they will use time to come and ask you to know. So which means they work with information. They cannot really see the way you think. So as the boy told the mom that he was coming down to the village, So the woman go and wait for him the road. As he said, as the son was coming, he just used the right hand to push the car out of the road. Then the car had an accident. So I've witnessed a lot of confessions. If people want me to talk about that one, maybe if you want me to talk about that one. So maybe I think that's what we are talking about now.
We really
I will make a real video on what I've witnessed. Yes, I will make a video on. I think that is not your question at hand now.
Yes.
So number one, you asked. I think you asked me to explain how they operate.
Yes.
How can one know if it's a witch? I think another question you ask is that how can
is it
if
possible?
it's possible? Yes,
they can
100% possible. It's possible for you to vomit a witch. I learned this particular one from my dad. May so rest in peace. Because it's possible to vomit a witch. And for example, now somebody has a witch, or you know somebody that has a witch, you understand that, and maybe that person is destroyed. You know, there are some witches that they destroy, but the thing is controlling them. They cannot actually control it. And they come and meet you, please, oh, I'm a witch. And this is it. How can I do? If you want to help that person, it's possible to tie a witch. It's possible to make a witch to vomit a witch. But the simplest to tie a witch, right, is harder than to make someone to vomit a witch.
Okay.
If you know the process, right? The process for me, I think to make someone to vomit is easier than to make someone to tie a witch. Or to help that person in initial time. If somebody complain, maybe you have someone or anybody, the person is a witch or wizard, you always destroy it. He cannot control it. The thing is controlling him or her. So what you have to do is to get red oil, palm oil. Palm oil. So get palm oil, put it in a pool. Get that person to look at that oil. Like, you know, when you're looking at oil now, you'll be see your eyes. The person will focus on his eyes, the reflection of his eye from the oil. For the reflection of the eye from this. So from like, let me say like 30 to 30 minutes. You are out and try to say back. Like 20 to 30 minutes, so just focus on that. Let's say that person do it for like 7 to 30 days. You understand?
Yes.